Today we're going to talk about the third barrier to managing your seasonal employees that's been driving you nuts, giving you headaches, and maybe you've never put a name to it. But we're naming them today. Remember, the first one was, you never told me. And we learned that you probably never did. You might have assumed it, you might have yelled at them a couple times, but you got to define those things and write them down. The second one was, you don't mean it. And that's where your employees are looking, testing sometimes, challenging even sometimes, to see if you really mean it. Are you serious about this? And that's where having everything written down is super important, because it's very hard to argue with a written word. Now the third one today, this one's a little painful, but it's painful managing your seasonal employees right now. So we just have to tell you about it. And this one is, you don't do it. And this one's a little hurtful, because when you enact a new system like this that's going to help you manage your seasonal employees, you have to be the model employee. You have to do everything you are asking them to do. Now, a real easy example of this is if you tell your employees, hey, around our guests, we do not use foul language. And then all day when you're working with the employees, maybe fixing stuff up, doing some maintenance or whatever, you're F-bombing this, you're dropping that, you're using foul language all day. What do you think they're gonna do? Do you think they're all magical and can turn it all off when the guests are around? The hell they can. Oh. You see, you have to be the model employee. And they're gonna be looking at you and they're gonna say, you know, you don't do it. You're telling me not to take any money out of the register, but the last time we needed extra milk for the espresso machine, you walked in there and you just grabbed a 20 out of the register. Now that drawer's gonna be off and, well, you grab money out of there, maybe I could, right? This is the hard one, right? Do you address your employees with respect when you demand that they respect other employees, and in particular, you? Unfortunately, we often don't. And that's why this is one of the most painful barriers. One of the great parts about our boot camp program is you're gonna pre-think, you're gonna pre-decide all of these important decisions about how employees are gonna act, and then they're gonna find out that you in fact did tell them, barrier number one, that you really do mean it, because you are gonna follow up. If there's a checklist, you are gonna see if they filled it out, and you're gonna make sure that things are getting done and that they aren't late and that they are following the clock-in procedures, right? You're gonna mean it, you're gonna enforce the system, and then finally, when they look at you, they are going to find an unassailable example of how an employee should behave. If you fix those three barriers, you're gonna have the best, easiest management season. And the neat thing that's gonna happen, that we're gonna talk about in our last video, is the magnetic pull that it's gonna create for your business. So tune in one more video, and we're gonna talk about creating that magnetic attraction that's gonna bring the right people in, and it's gonna repel the kind of employees you do not want to have on staff. So now, click below and make sure that you reserve your seat. If you wanna try it out, you can try it out. We have a free preview webinar that tells you all about the class. We even do part of a module in there. It's just an 8-module program, and it costs less than you wasted on payroll last year. Join us for boot camp, and you have to be the one to do it.